Yeah, I guess we must go this way. Because this gravity well's pointing down. We couldn't go up that way if we wanted to. Alright. We are continuing to race to sand. I am dangerously low on oxygen. Guess we're just going to take the broken... Oh, this looks promising. Okay, all I have to do is get up into that. Let's go. I failed to do it. No, we're fine. We got in there. Trees detected. Oh, thank goodness. We've made it. There are skeletons here. That's always a shame. Okay. Yeah, here we go. The high energy lab. Drinking all the energy, sending it down. What is here to read? Alright, records show Nomai arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow very slightly before departing from the White Hole Station. Raimi and I are devising an experiment to test if this is a real phenomenon or simple machine error. In theory, what we want to try to reproduce is a negative amount of time elapsing between something entering the black hole and exiting the white hole at its destination. Initial things first, our experiment setup will first pair a small black hole core with a small white hole core to mimic the setup at the White Hole Station. So, black holes and white holes power a lot of Nomai technology. As we will discover, they're able to construct cores of black holes and white holes and play around with them, which sounds perfectly safe. Hypothesis. It is possible for an object to exit a white hole before entering the corresponding black hole. Well, let's... Yeah, here's another scroll to read. The Southern Observatory is asking if creating a 22-minute interval is possible. That is, to have something arrive 22 minutes before it is actually sent through the warp. Because the warp technology that we used to get back to Brittle Hollow from the White Hole Station was also powered by black hole. Black hole core in the White Hole Station, and the White Hole core on the surface of Brittle Hollow created the warp technology that lets us travel from one to the other. The energy required to extend the interval increases at an exponential rate. The interval they were working at going from the surface, or no, the core of Brittle Hollow, the black hole, all the way out to the outer reaches of the solar system in the white hole was 1/100th of a second. So creating a 22-minute long interval is possible, but they have no way to generate the necessary energy. They believe it would be necessary to invent a new method of producing energy, a thrilling but enormous undertaking. We would also require advanced warp technology to handle such energy. We would also likely need an enormous space to fit these proposed new energy and warp technologies together. The only location large enough would be the Ash Twin. The energy is currently unavailable, you say. You're a gas, Pi. Unintended pun. Gross. Okay, well, let's read this other scroll that we have here. The Ash Twin Project will be one of our biggest undertakings, metaphorically and physically. To build it, we need to travel quickly between Ash Twin and each location that holds crucial project materials. What if we used warp towers, like the one we have in White Hole Station? So I guess they constructed White Hole Station in order to catch people falling into the Brittle Hollow black hole. And then later they're going to build these warp towers using the same technology to connect Ash Twin directly to each critical location. Of note, each tower on Ash Twin will warp to a different planet. My gratitude to those who noted my imprecise language. Yes, the sun is not a planet, so they have to warp to the sun too, which seems dangerous. This has been sufficiently clarified. We can design each tower to visually reflect its warp destination. The Giant's Deep Tower, for instance, could resemble a cyclone, and we could model the Timberhearth Tower after a geyser mountain. Poke, Root, and I will begin work on this immediately in the Black Hole Forge. This will keep us busy. Ah, these must be pictures of the towers. All of the astral bodies in the solar system. So that's the Sun. The tower for the twins, Ember and Ash Twin. The Geyser Mountain for Timber Hearth. The tower for Brittle Hollow. The tower for Giant's Deep, resembling a cyclone. Great. There's one more floor up here. Oh, it's the door leading out. So yeah, you can discover this door, right, if you were just kind of wandering around Ember Twin's surface. This door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on extraordinary findings from the White Hole Station, which we learned about elsewhere, but you can also learn about it here. And probably think to yourself, what is White Hole Station? That sounds ridiculous. The High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help or to observe, be sure to use the Sunless City path to the lab. Running this experiment until one of us can prove the other wrong, so although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed from the Sunless City, and that is indeed the case. The door from the outside is locked. Inviting sand inside would disrupt our setup and have enormous consequences. The door must remain closed nonetheless. So you can't get in from the outside, you have to come in through the Sunless City. But you see a couple of different avenues of discovery for finding this place. Alright. Let's start playing around with high energy technology. So we have this situation down here. You can see the energy conduits on the floor leading to this spot. And over here we've got warp cores. White hole and black hole warp cores, thousands of years old. All of the energy currently powering the Sunless City will need to be rerouted. So all of the power it's drinking from the sun is now being rerouted into whatever this device is. Okay. So let's grab a black hole core and put it in here. And let's grab a white hole core and put it in here. And we've created a tiny black hole and a tiny white hole. And if we shoot... Oh, we gotta retrieve the scout. It's God knows where. You can see it comes out of the white hole just before it goes into the black hole. That's absolutely fascinating. We have broken causality. And for some reason, they want to make it so powerful that the interval is 22 minutes instead of some fractions of a second. Okay, okay. I think the thing to do now, then... Is this another scroll, or was this the first one that I brought up? I want to make sure I don't miss any writing here. Because this place, I'm not sure if you noticed, kind of a pain in the butt to get to. There was another scroll down here, yeah. Let's read this one. Experiment here reproduced the anomaly in arrival and departure times, but Pi is unconvinced it's more than equipment error. I hope to strengthen the effect to render it visible to the unaided eyes. We've decided to try adding more energy. I imagine the Sunless City's energy supply should prove sufficient. All available energy has been rerouted to the city for the experiment. They ran a new test. Hypothesis confirmed. Hypothesis confirmed. Everybody saw it. Beyond extraordinary. It changes everything. We've broken causality. The laws of thermodynamics. Unfortunately, we had to leave everybody in Sunless City in the dark to do that. That is absolutely fascinating. I think next I want to fly over to Ash Twin and see these warp towers that they built with my own eyes. We should be able to just head up out of the... There's nobody alive in Sunless City right now, so I don't need to turn their lights back on. Like, I don't feel bad. The ship is on the other side of the planet right now. To Sunless City, 300 meters. Oh, well, that goes back down to the city. I'm going to stay up on the surface. This is not good. Can we run faster, please? I don't want to get sand in my boots. So yeah, here is a warp catching tower. So if we find the warp tower that corresponds with Ember Twin on Ash Twin, you can see the tower is just poking up off of the planet over there. Like how much the high energy tower is drinking solar energy, sending it deep inside Ash Twin for some reason. Where's my ship? It's over here. Where's my scout? It's on my arm. Yeah, let's see if we can get over there. Oh, is this where Chert is hanging out? Maybe we can tell Chert we made it into the Sunless City. No, this is where they built the Quantum Moon locator. That's not what we need at the moment. So, oh, Chert might be living over here, perhaps? I would see his campfire if this was it. It must not be it. Yeah, our ship is right where we left it. That's always a little bit surprising when your ship is right where you left it in this game, because sometimes it's not. You know? Great. So getting to Ash Twin should actually be real easy, because it's just the two planets kind of orbit the center of mass in between them. There we go. It's right there. Wow, there's not much of it left. But yeah, there it is. There's the Ember Twin towers. So there's a tower for Ash Twin on Ash Twin. This one's for the sun. Great. All this was covered with sand at the beginning of the cycle. Yeah, this must be for Giants Deep. It's the big cyclone. There goes the one for Brittle Hollow. So Brittle Hollow is interesting. This is something that yeah, let's just land here. Go check out the warp tower here for Brittle Hollow. Because my first thought is it'll take me to the same one that the Whitehole Station goes to. But in the high energy lab it says the warp cores have to be paired, which kind of implies that a different pairing of warp cores will take you to different locations. So there must be another catching spot on Brittle Hollow somewhere. Here's our first delivery arrow. One warp core fresh from the Black Hole Forge. Ah, so the warp path here goes to the Black Hole Forge on Brittle Hollow. My gratitude. With this, the Ash Twin project is underway. These are like second or third generation Nomai building the Black Twin. The Black Twin. The Ash Twin project. I've been saying black hole so much. The Whitehole Station is the model for the towers being built on Ash Twin, so visit to the station would be doubly useful. Oh. Euro is asking Clary on a date to the Whitehole Station. Great. Alright, so yeah, this warp point in this tower. Ooh, that's very disorienting walking through there. So once Brittle Hollow is above us in the sky, it should take us through. Is that it? Is that Brittle Hollow? No, not quite. We're not quite aligned. So that must have been Timber Hearth going by. Eventually it will appear overhead. Our ship is still where we left it. That's good to know. There's no timer on the wall, unfortunately, like there is in Whitehole Station. And we're going to want to come back and explore all of these Ash Twin towers also. Each one looks like they have writing inside, which could be very useful to know about. Whip! We've made it. We've made it to wherever this is on... Yeah, we're not on the surface of Brittle Hollow. We're at the Black Hole Forge. Excellent. And we're walking on a gravity pad here. And yeah, we arrived very slightly before we left. The return is charged. Black Hole Forge, left 30 meters. Yeah, the black hole's overhead. Like, that's the core of Brittle Hollow. So we're standing on the inside of the surface, looking down. So jumping would be a very, very bad idea here. We would end up going for a swim in the black, inky abyss. No thank you. There's no writing on this wall, is there? I don't want to accidentally step off of this gravity pad and go... Be cautious near the boarding area while the Black Hole Forge is in operation. Oh, we can't reach the Black Hole Forge because the boarding area is not intact. Yeah, you can see they've built these cables to lower... Raise? Kind of fuzzy terminology here. But to move the Black Hole Forge closer to the black hole itself. It looks as though the creation of warp cores requires proximity to the black hole. Okay, so there was not a projection stone to put in this little socket there. So we can't actually... We know how to reach the Black Forge station, but we can't get there from here. Looks like we have to move it into place first, and then we'll have access to it from here. So whatever killed the Nomai must have done it very, very suddenly, because the people working in the Black Hole Forge were still there at the time. Whoa! That's a little trippy. Black Hole Forge, north 40 meters. So where are we now in Brittle Hollow? Exit to surface. Oh. Oh, yeah, I know exactly where we are. There's the blocked up entrance. That'll take us back out to the surface near the entrance where we were. It looks like this path is blocked from above. We're not going this way. So whatever's below us, we're not getting there from here. No, we've got more gravity carpet here. Yeah, this cool shaft is all blocked up, destroyed. Also, I hear the ominous music in the background, which almost certainly means... what am I stuck on? There we go. So it's usually a few cycles before you correlate the ominous music with the sun exploding. Oh, that's not the sun, that's just a big piece of rock from... The sun must be... Oh yeah, the sun must be down there, because the ship is down there. And the ship is on Ash Twin at the moment. There it goes. Oh, we get a spectacular look from here near the North Pole of Brittle Hollow. I mean, one of the more beautiful ways to die, for sure. Shoutouts to Spoony Bard for sponsoring this video. If you liked the video and you want to see more, please tickle my thumb, leave a friendly comment, and ring my little bell.